Call.
And
Pass.
Fagan doing exactly what Bob Cooper
Call.
did earlier, limping in under the gun with what most would consider a raising hand.
Check.
I mean, this game has taken on a very funny tenor, hasn't it?
Check. Check, check.
And what is Don Fagan up to?
I'm surprised Don didn't bet there, Jesse.
Tell you, the longer this goes on, the uglier those two tens work. Look. They're still ahead. But no one's got a club, and Rob Cooper just made 2 6s.
Check.
Check. 5.
5,000.
Call.
Don is playing this hand so
Oh.
strange, but it's working, I guess.
Yeah,
Would
he's
you have liked to raise there?
Check. Well, I'd have probably raised. Yeah, I'd have probably bet on the flop, to be honest with you. I would have flat called. I would have flat called Cooper there on the turn.
And that's a very ugly card for
Check.
Fagan.
That is a
Ugly for
scare
Cooper
card.
as well.
Yeah,
Check.
that is a scare card.
Tell you that the lights are going to fall out when Don Fagan turns these tens over. Say, what was that about? But it worked.
He did work. Yeah, he's took the money.
And I guess the big story of the last 20 hands or so, Anthony, is the fact that Don Fagan has got himself back in this. He's still a short stack, but only by a sing-song.
Pass. Call. Call. Check.
We're seeing a lot of flops. Cheap.
Yeah, Cooper could get in trouble with his hand. You know, with his low kicker.
Button, then the blinds. The button is Chicken Joe, who's just flopped
Wow.
3 tens.
Check. Check.
And wouldn't imagine that Joe will be willing to check this till the cows come home.
Yeah, the king could spell trouble. King or a queen.
But when you're limping in and people are playing lots of flops in their blinds, you have to be careful, doesn't it? This is liable to happen. It's hard to put a person on a hand when he's in so cheap, isn't it?
Exactly. When you limp in, Jesse, you never know where you are.
Check. Check.
Soon.
8.
This is dangerous for Cooper.
Cooper's going to call this because obviously he's got the king of clubs.
He has to be very careful here.
No, he's passed.
Fold.
Very well measured pass by
Fold.
Cooper. I'll tell you what, you're going to have to, everyone better be on their toes here because even though the pots are cheap, one mistake spells danger. Another level written on the Rosetta Stone here. Joe Kwame has been the chip leader since hand number 2. And everybody else just trying to keep up. Is it still anyone's game though, Anthony?
It is. I mean, you know, we thought Don was out of it, and he's doubled through twice, and any one of the 4 could still win.
They're certainly all playing well enough to win, aren't they?
They're all playing very well. I think Robert and Trevor, Jesse, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think they're sort of looking to get into a heads-up situation.
Yeah, and Fagan has shown that he's not willing to gamble and go out to get some
Pass.
chips. And we know that Joe is not shy. But the blind's 3 and 6,000
Raise.
now.
You're 20.
It's 20,000 total.
Everything just getting a little more expensive. And TR deep into the tank here.
Pass.
It's a good pass, but you fancy he might have gotten down off the hand?
I don't think it's
Pass.
a good pass, Jesse. I don't think it's a good pass at all, Queen King. You're 4-handed, Jesse. Queen King is massive.
He should have moved.
He should have moved.
Yeah.
You know, if he makes a move, Don's got to pass the ace rag then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's there's the second time that Trevor has not pulled the trigger. And as you know, Anthony, I mean, this is the kind of format where if you don't pull the trigger, by the time you pull it, you might not have any bullets in the gun.
No, in these events, if you're an aggressor, then normally you come out on top, Jesse.
Pass. Pass.
Oh, they have
Raise.
let Fagan get back in this game. A raise from Joe Kwame, small blind, big blind. Is it just
12,000 total.
him putting a little more pressure on these guys now that the blinds are up?
Yes, he's putting pressure on the other three because he doesn't feel they want to play. Cooper
Oh.
wants to play.
It was a minimum raise to 6,000 called by Cooper in the big blind. Similar types of hands, but Joe has more chips and is the aggressor right now. And huge flop. I think we're going to see all the chips go in.
Cooper's got a
18,000.
massive hand here with a flush draw
Raised all
and
in.
the top pair.
Do you realize what just happened? Cooper's gone all in. I mean, Joe Kwame only bet about 14,000. Cooper's raised him something like 120.
But that's what he needs to do, Jesse. He needs to ask Joe the question, and moving all in has asked him the question.
Wow! Does the overbet look weak? That's what Joe's trying to figure out.
I don't feel Joe can call this, Jesse, because of his low kicker. I think he's got to put this down. He's got a massive chip lead.
Looking at the percentages, even though Kwame does have the better kicker here, he's only 12%, and he shows the queen and folds. Rob will feel very happy about that. He liked the way he played it.
That's fantastic play by Cooper.
I thought it was a massive overbet.
He's won a big pot, you know, and he, you know, Joe's had to put the hand down.
It did the dirty work, didn't it? For someone who considers himself an amateur poker player, Bob Cooper has certainly had the results. He's won about 200,000 pounds in televised events. When he gets chips, watch out.
The skill is trying to, you know, not get caught. You know, thinking someone's weak, push in. You might have a weaker hand, but you know they're going to lay down. So there is a lot of skill to it, and there is a lot of luck because the blinds go up quickly, and you know you start making moves. So you need the cards to stand up.
Rob Cooper sitting ramrod straight right now, just taking a big pot off the chip leader. Kwame still the chip leader, but he's been brought back to earth.
Pass.
It's a good fold actually by Kwame that last hand.
Pass. Oh, sorry.
Think about it.
Pass.
Holding top pair is not easy four-handed, is it?
No. Very good fold.
Call. No raise.
These two have played a few pots. Look at Cooper. He's not watching the flop. His eyes are lasered in on Fagan. I feel like Cooper has gotten slightly the best of these two.
Yeah, if Cooper bets this, it's very, very... Don can't call.
6,000.
Pair of deuces that Fagan has actually the best hand right now. But is he wondering what the chances are of Cooper having an ace or
Call.
king?
I think he is. I'm really shocked with it. Don's either got a pass or come over the top.
I wonder if he's calling now to bluff later.
Well, if Robert checks here, then Don's going to know he's weak.
As it is, the deuces
Look.
are still ahead.
Look at the body
Check.
language of Robert. I'm not that strong.
Don's got a
Check.
good nose here.
Surprised he didn't bet there, Jesse.
Queen or nine is what Cooper needs to make the best hand outright. That has made Fagan two pair, but put 4 clubs on board.
They both check
Check.
this down.
Okay.
Okay.
Queen high, says Cooper. Flush? No, not a flush, just queen high. And Fagan takes it with 2 pair. Tail of the tape scrolling at the bottom. It's Chicken Joe way out front, and short stack Trevor Reardon has exactly what he started with. Not those.
Pass. Pass.
Blind on blind again. Cooper on Fagan. These guys should take a